You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Dr. Andrew Wakefield has been exonerated by CDC whistleblowers, Merck whistleblowers. His colleague, one of the top gut experts in the UK, just exonerated after years of battle. And the court absolutely eviscerated the government agency that engaged in this quackery. It's just amazing what's going on. So the fight is joined. He is exonerated, but the word isn't out on that yet. You're making a new documentary. You have another documentary that has been very successful, winning at film festivals. It's now available. Tell folks about the film.
Well, I decided some years ago, Alex, that to beat the media, you have to become the media. And you've made that decision yourself, I'm sure, many years ago. And get the message out there. And we have so many extraordinary stories that I've learned over the last 20 years from these parents that it was time to tell those stories. And the one that we produced is a film called Who Killed Alex Bordolakis. It's a tragic tale of a child in Chicago with a 14-year-old with severe autism who was ultimately killed by his mother and his godmother. His godmother. Now, we started filming them as a way of showing how these children could be helped. But he fell foul of a medical system which was totally and utterly inadequate. This is a system that put this child on over 25 psychotropic drugs, only 2 of which are licensed by the FDA for the treatment of children with autism. Only 2. So this is quackery. This is true quackery, and it's where the way that this system is going, and that's got to change. So the story highlights one of the most poignant and distressing aspects of the way in which this country now handles children with autism, and we made it in order that this should never happen again. These parents should never have been put through that. Well,
what about with all the bioethics talk? Now they're talking about just getting rid of people that have any type of mental disability or whatever, warehouse them death panels. I mean, I think once you get to 1 in 10 people with autism, I'm not saying do this, but it'll be, we're going to collapse. We won't be able to take care of all these people. And the state's going to say, kill them.
The moment that you consider any individual member of a society expendable, then you have lost your moral compass. And that is exactly what is happening at the moment. And it's being done because market forces are dictating that.
What did you think of the secret death panels that came out with the VA? And they just swept that under the rug, too.
No, I just heard about that for the first time from you.
See, it hardly even got coverage. Can you believe an IBM computer decides
who shall live and who shall die?
Yeah, that happened in Nazi Germany. And people say, quit using the Nazi analogy. It's dead on, though.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very good historical yardstick for so many of the things that can go wrong in society if bad people get in control and good people do not act to restore the integrity of that society. So it is a very good yardstick, and it's entirely appropriate to use it.
Well, I got called aside by my children's pediatrician who runs one of the biggest clinics in Austin. He's retired now. This is like 6, 7 years ago, and he said, listen, I get why you're not vaccinating your kids, because he has one of those big clinics where he won't push you to, but most of his kids go in there do get them. He goes, I volunteered for a clinic, doctors are supposed to do that for folks that don't know. In East Austin, we were giving them live polio vaccine. That's supposed to be illegal for 20 years. He goes, it's got SV40. And he grabbed my arm, and he goes, but you don't tell anybody my name. But, I mean, that's how scared doctors are.
Yeah, they're terrified. And what happened to me has now become Wakefielded. They call it Wakefielded. It may even get into Wikipedia, of this phenomenon of isolating doctors, destroying their credibility, and saying to everybody else, if you get involved, if you question vaccine safety, if you criticize our drug, this is what will happen to you. Do you remember that Merck Vioxx trial in Australia where they produced the internal emails for executives talking about how they would deal with doctors who criticize?
They said isolate them, destroy them, kill them, I think.
You may have to seek them out and destroy them where they live. And when Matt Lauer asked me about this in interview, he said, well, what you're talking about is really conspiracy theory, isn't it? And I said, well, it's interesting that you should say that, Matt, because this is what came out in Australia in the Vioxx trials there. And it sounds a little more like corporate policy than conspiracy theory, doesn't it?
Sounds like mafia to me. We salute you, autismmediachannel.com. Folks, get the film. We salute you. We support you. God bless you, Dr. Wakefield.
Thank you very much.
I tell you, this is amazing. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The month of February is all about Valentine's Day. Big heart-shaped boxes filled with delicious candy. What if we, the Patriots, hijacked Valentine's Day and instead made it about human liberty and individual empowerment? I'm all about human potential. I'm all about the individual being empowered. The establishment is the opposite. That's why they spike our water with fluoride and GMO, estrogen mimickers, and the rest of the garbage. InfoWars is striking back in the month of February with Human Empowerment Month. How we can come together and win the human race. And to celebrate the kickoff of Human Empowerment Month, we're slashing prices on InfoWarsLife.com products like Super Male and Super Female Vitality. The sale is only running for the month, 20% off, and there's a lot of other powerful specials at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWarsLife.com, celebrating human potential in the month of February. Visit InfoWarsLife.com to find this special and many others in the month of February. Again, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. It's the plan. Kill the country. World government. It's here.
The challenge is how to build. They will do it.
Never before has a new world order had to be assembled from so many different perceptions or on so global a scale.
The governments don't rule the world. Goldman Sachs rules the world.
This is, we are going to carve up the world according to the way we want to.
Unelected world government looting you.
They've exercised power for actual world or global control.
I know what North Korea is. I know what the TSA is meant to be. You want to shut their energy systems off? You want to break up their families?
If you have so much power in play, you can do anything.
Lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever.
You understand? You're living in a science fiction movie. I'm living in it.
The government has just approved the use of a computer chip that would be implanted under your skin.
When complete, everyone will have a unique 12-digit identity number.
That DNA is stored even without your consent.
But, do they point blank say, we're putting a chip in you?
Yes. It was an interior barcode, if you will.
This makes my head explode, that your television could be eavesdropping on your conversations and then sharing it over the web.
All the cars now have tracker boxes that can remote control your vehicle in them.
The Justice Department is building a national database to track in real time the movement of vehicles around the U.S., storing hundreds of millions of records about motorists.
It's like the elite or space aliens or something with a master plan. It's so evil. It's so sadistic. No, it's the devil. I mean, that's it. This galactic force of destruction that's animating people to do this.
The answer to 1984 is 1776. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
And if you're listening to this transmission, you are our hope. The globalists hide in plain view, and they hide behind the complexity of our world. I can't keep track of my personal checking account sometime, and bills, and children, and events, and family, and illnesses, and I get it. And so we're all just atomized on our own. The system's divided us all against each other in hundreds of different ways. And it hit me this morning. I stayed up late last night. I still woke up at like 6 in the morning. When I was laying there in bed, and I just thought, wow, the president really is bringing in all the illegals outside of the law and giving them tax refunds and letting them vote, and it's all over the news. And they really are putting our military under NATO command. And Obamacare really is designed to get rid of doctors and patients having any decision-making, and it really is a monumental screw job. And I just started thinking about all the bad things they're doing and realizing that the worst I've projected onto the New World Order is a whitewash. I mean, I mean everything I say. I believe what I say, but then I hear how extreme it is, but it's true. And then it's worse. And then I had one of those rare moments in my life where I felt not fear, but beyond sadness. It's like a feeling of regret. I've psychoanalyzed it. That's why I can't stand people thanking me. Because you're such good people. You're so wonderful. I can see your soul in your eyes, and you're believing in me. I'm a failed person, part of this system. So I'm not what needs to be thanked. It's the freedom that needs to be protected, and the liberty and the truth. That is what is important, not the messenger. Because I feel completely angry with myself that I want to go to a concert, I want to go to a movie, I want to sit around with my buddies, and I want to go play pool and make jokes. I'm just like a regular guy. I want to go sit around a deer camp and eat deer chili. And I do some of that. And then it's just a paradox, because I've got to have some rest and relaxation. But at the same time, I mean, we're living in a science fiction movie, just like I said in that promo earlier. I mean, this stuff's real. I mean, it just hit me, and I got up, went in the bathroom, came out, and I just kneeled down on the ground. And I wasn't even really praying to God. It was a normal response to just want to get in a kneeled position, my whole body, my soul going, my God, what do we do to stop these people? And I just constantly now today, a few weeks ago, I just went off air. I had David Knight just come in here and take over. Because this same feeling hit me of like waiting for something. It's like a computer waiting for the answer. And the machines are spinning. It's like in that movie, The Imitation Game, and they're waiting for the computer to give the answer and to see if it works for weeks. And that's what I feel like. All this news, all this data, all the things the enemy's doing, all the globalist operations, how they set up like perpetual motion machines, these programs, these wars of evil, these drug wars, war on illiteracy, war on mental illness. It all just makes it worse. how they set up these centralized systems, and I can see the systems. I know how their systems operate. I can go read books written by globalists 20 years ago, and they're writing things that I'd already totally understood just seeing their operation. But then I'm reading them laying it out, and then they actually did it. I could see the code, basically, of their operations everywhere. It's not hard. It's once you know their program, it's almost like matrix code. You can see their philosophies, how they operate.